I seen Hateful Eight in Poundland the other day.
Yeah, got rakes though,
Although I see Andy Serkis is directing Venom 2.
Aye.
Bit of a weird then.
He's done. What was it, Mowgli?
Yeah.
But I kind of feel strangely confident in him directing. I feel that's no terrible decision to put him.
You seen the latest 4K steelbook editions of the old Batman films, the Tim Burton ones?
No.
Some of the artwork looks fucking incredible. I'd
probably wears a white background. No.
I'm trying to get them on fucking Savvy and that. You can buy them in a box set or individual. And even as shitty as Batman and Robin is, the artwork, just the colours work. Yeah, these ones.
Oh.
The original Batman Returns. As I was saying, Batman and Robin's shit, but fucking, the colour, it looks really good. Are you on about, there's the white ones there.
Yeah, that's what I was
White ones look pretty good as well.
I think that's just because it's the 4K ones,
Yeah, I think this is just the 4K, but this is the steelbook ones, these ones. I'm trying to find if they've got the actual box set.
I can't find that one.
So, alright. You can buy all the steelbooks at 25 quid each, that's 4 films, 100 quid. Or, you can just buy in a box set for £5 more, 105. Doesn't make sense.
I think this is one of these. Is it a blue and white or a fucking black and gold dress scenario? I think the one in the bottom left was the one I thought was the neon blue writing, but that's actually just looks like a dark version of the standard one.
Yeah. As well, I see people absolutely shitting on the artwork for the Matrix 4K steelbook.
It's a bit exploding.
Yeah, it looks fucking. Yeah. Although I see
look at those prices for that. 12 quid in CX.
Hang on, you can as I was saying, if you wanted to be a dick, you can just buy numerous of them and then sell.
Aye. Soft touch for good artwork. Right, let me grab a wee drink and then we'll get this ball rolling. Oh.
I'm the same. I need to fucking remember and tell Michelle that I've got Vengeance trilogy booked. Fucking the 2 for Arrow, and I'm still waiting RoboCop, and I'm still waiting on that second sight edition of Dawn of the Dead getting released.
I did trade in my Police Story box set. I'm just going to go for the plain Blu-ray. The re-release, just because I'd prefer it being in a wee single Blu-ray case rather than a wee chunky box set.
Yeah.
But I was cheeky and I kept the booklets.
Classy. Aye, why not?
But saying that, when I went to hand in Enter the Dragon, they gave me all the gunk, all the postcards, the end of everything. So what made it a special edition is now they're selling a standard edition in the box of a special edition.
Yeah.
You think that's the reason why it's a special edition, because it has artwork booklets.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll sell it at the
same price. I was in there today and I never saw it actually. I should have looked out for it just to see if they're scamming folk. I did find a steelbook in a charity shop today though, but it was a DVD steelbook for that documentary Anvil. Mind the Canadian metal band that never. Yeah. And I also did manage to walk away from. They had the Omen trilogy on DVD for $150.
I will never seen the
first.
Yeah. I know Sam Neill's in the third one.
So part of me was just for the pure fact that I haven't seen 2 or 3 and could barely remember 1 after going to that midnight screening. I thought £1.50 on DVD. If it's still there in the morning, I might buy it. But as I say, I was dating kids. No, getting films for a while. No, I've just bought 5. Right, that's good.
I'm saying the only one that I've bought this month is I bought Us last week.
Yeah. Did you pre-order it or just pick it up?
I just bought it. I'm quite looking forward to looking at the special features and that and seeing. I think it's got some deleted scenes as well.
See, that is one that I probably would. I do like to pre-order steelbooks. Oh, 1 second, I've left the large pack out.
Travesty.
No, what left? I'll leave my piece of scanner. I'm glad that's the end of the show as an outtake. I've left my large pack out. As Scottish as it gets. I do like pre-ordering steelbooks because the full whack is always like if Once Upon a Time in Hollywood next week, if we really fucking dig that, it's like, well, you need to get on the ground level and order that steelbook. But it's always between £20 and £30.
Yeah.
Right, for one film.
Well, remember, I was going to get the steelbook Endgame.
Yeah.
Hoping for because the artwork for Infinity War was just Thanos with a gauntlet.
Aye.
And it sold out like fucking nothing else. And I was expecting a really good bit of artwork, and it was just the silhouette.
Yeah, everyone with the lights behind them.
Whereas the actual original artwork on the Blu-ray is just...
People are selling magnetic covers on eBay for just the movie poster as a magnetic cover to put on top of your steelbook to give a better artwork. But it's it's a bit of an extreme to buy magnetic covers to put on steelbooks.
Yeah.
Because then it just makes that one steelbook a bit thicker than the rest. And surely, I've seen them even do it to the spines, have wee magnetic covers to go on the spines of steelbooks. There seems to be a fine art to modifying steelbooks, which is weird. But one that I really regret not buying, and it's minimalistic, but the steelbook for Us.
Oh, the
so
scissors.
Nice. Black, gold pair of scissors. And it's very simple, but very effective. And I kind of would have liked to have gotten that.
Yeah. I see people on Twitter right now, I'm reading there's a group on there called We Watched a Movie, and under their flash. Remember the guy that dressed up like Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers? And I remember the video I showed you. They were talking about this new steelbook that's coming out for Halloween, and people are raging because it's not got any new footage or anything like that.
Right.
And I probably would have done the same. I probably would have took that disc out, put it in my regular Blu-ray, put the old one in, and fucking hit the counter.
Aye. I think what film I was thinking about doing that with, but I had the same thought. You know, last week when I was saying we're talking about Stephen King films, and there was The Shining, and why I saw The Shining being used in another Stephen King film, and why they weren't connected. It was the new Dark Tower film. Aye. The kid in the Dark Tower could use his shining power, and that attracts the attention of the man in black.
That's
Matthew McConaughey.
I've still not watched it.
So every time folk use Shining, but they kind of feed off the Shining as well. So I was like, that's weird. Just that it just kind of creates a Stephen King universe.
Because that's a Stephen King book, Dark Tower.
It's like a 6 or 7 part series, big tomes about the same size as Game of Thrones.
And yet they rammed it into a 90-minute film. Yep.
And for the perspective of the kid. Whereas the books was for the perspective of the gunslinger hunting the man in black. And the kid getting caught up in the middle of it. But this one's like a kid that's got nightmares. Isn't he terrible? It actually is the main characters, like the gunslinger and the man in black, are really effective characters. Like the man in black is terrible. The powers he has. Like he walks in a room where it's the kid's parents. She's the kids already escaped. They're freaking out. He walks in the room, looks at her husband, stop breathing, and just drops dead, suffocated, and takes control of her. Just at a glance. But the amount of time just goes, stop breathing, and then folk go, and drop to the floor and die. And it's just like, the man's that powerful, he could just do this, just point at a person and just have them drop dead.
Yes. Like, things like when the trailer come out, I was like, oh, this looks really fucking good.
Aye.
And like Matthew McConaughey playing a bad guy, like always is always good.
And he's got that kind of reptile look about him, where he just kind of looks scaly, and you just think, man, that would have been a good 15.
But obviously,
it just feels like a young adult film now. So,
like, that's what I was watching the day when I was watching Friday the 13th Part 7.
Aye.
That's what I realised when I watched the last few of them. Is there's a fucking group on YouTube called Dead Meat in the Day. A thing I got called the Kill Count, and they basically go through like franchise of films and that.
Then a body count.
Aye, and they were talking about like that film's like marred with fucking like censorship. Like when the impact hits, the camera cuts away and all that. And it's like, I watched it today and I was like, yeah, it's like exactly. Like, it just cuts away. And you see the after effect, but you didn't actually see the actual...
You don't see the head flying off the shoulders or the body being cut in half.
Yeah.
And
it's like that could easily get away with being a 15 because it doesn't show anything. But obviously back in the days, censoring was a bit tighter.
Aye. Right, let's get this one started. Recording straight out of 5 Scotland, you're listening to Films and Swearing, a movie podcast that records straight out of 5 Scotland. That's how I started that sentence! I'm Stuart Sutherland. Joining me, Magic Mike Christie. That is a royally fucked introduction. Let's see, wait, I've had too much beer?
You know what that reminds me? In Naked Gun 3, where they're at the Academy Awards, and Leslie Nielsen's like reading from the teleprompter.
Aye.
And he's like reading the entire fucking thing.
To Kirsty. And he's like, no, that's my lines. And he's reading everything.
That's exactly what you've just done.
Yes, and I wasn't reading from anything. I was going for... It's like... There's a scratch in the record and I just went in a loop and started saying, it's like, Stuart's having a stroke. Jesus Christ. You just keep saying we're recording straight out of 5 Scotland. Having a stroke right out of 5 Scotland. Let's film this way around. Episode 235, 80's season. We have now arrived in 1983.
Yep.
And it is a double review. I will be talking about Risky Business, and Mike will be talking about Twilight Zone, the movie.
Yep.
So, aye. Film quiz?
Aye. Yeah, let's go. Now, are these the ones that are left?
Yes.
It's been
all the ones we've read before I tore up and chucked. So. Beer.
See, when I was walking home last week, like the first thing I done was put my headphones in and put on the Conan theme.
Just want to start, like, fucking pull out like a big saber and start slashing cunts. Cut your way through a fucking...
Lamentating women.
Crush the J keys. Lamented the women.
Right, I'll go first since I won last week.
Cool.
Oh,
no.
Who played Eve's nemesis, Margot Channing, in the 1950 film All About Eve?
Pass.
Betty Davis. I would never have got that either.
Nah. Comedy in which 2008 musical movie's storyline is based on the hits of 70s sensation ABBA. 2008 musical movie based off of an ABBA.
That fucking Mamma Mia shit.
Yep.
I thought it was earlier than that, like.
No, I actually thought it was later. 2007.
Pierce Brosnan's in it and Colin Firth.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never had the desire to watch them.
Not me either, thankfully. It's one of those things like, oh no, the wife might want to watch it.
Yeah.
And thankfully it has never happened.
Yeah. Right. Animated, so a bit. Alright, here we go. In which animation does a boy find a magical lamp in the Cave of Wonders?
It's a film directed by Guy Ritchie. It is Aladdin.
Still blows my mind that he directed that.
Aye. Alright, animated one for yourself. What was the first What was the first animated... I'm going to pour the rest of that beard in the sink. I can't even talk. What was the first Disney animated feature film?
Oh, fuck. Was it Dumbo?
No. I wouldn't have guessed it either, but it was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Ah.
I mean, we've seen them all, but I could never tell you which one was first.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm 1 up at the moment. No, 1-0. You got Mamma Mia, I got Aladdin.
Yeah.
So 1-0. Man, their telly's up loud.
Will Smith plays Agent J in Men in Black. Who plays Agent K?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Animated. Which Australian singer provided the voice of Songbird Serenade in My Little Pony the movie?
Was it Kylie Minogue?
Saya. See? That's the one where it's the big haircut and you can't see her face. S-I-A.
Alright.
Oh. You want drinks. You're not allowed to have too much drinks. Your film's a bit loud. It's a microphone. Don't touch it. You have to talk to it. You can't touch it. What is your name?
Cameron.
Your age?
5.
What was your favourite movie?
Trusted Road.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
The first one.
Good answer.
Right.
Is it in headphones?
Yes, I heard all that in my headphones. Right. Give me the juice. You're an agent of chaos.
You're chaos.
Right. Go to your room. I will come through with juice. Oh, you...
Which movie made famous the line, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn"?
Casablanca.
Oh, that's what I would have fucking said, but it's Gone with the Wind.
Oh, fuck it is right enough. Shit. Okay.
Lifeline.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said, like Casablanca.
It is one of those fucking films where...
Never seen it, didn't have any desire to fucking see it. Why would I want to sit through a 4-hour
I was about to say it is
depressing fucking like Civil War epic? Which I don't even think the main plot point is the war. That's the shit thing about it.
Mm-hmm. This Christmas on Films and Swearing. Audio commentary to Gone with the Wind.
Nah.
It's just those last hours that, when will it end? When? Just say the line. That's it. So that's the quiz. No, I got that one wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's you.
My turn.
So I need to get this one right to tie it up.
Yes.
And we're going to sudden death.
What colour are the enemy pigs in the Angry Birds movie?
They're green.
Damn. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a draw. Well, no, it's neck and neck.
The Mexican-based Yul Brynner Western film was called The Magnificent.
Really?
Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
I feel that was for like the last. Are you sure it's not a film and TV card? That's in the Doffy. That was very easy.
Yeah, I've never seen the original. I've seen the remake with like Chris Pratt and Denzel and all that. That's alright.
Me and Andy done a comparison for the podcast.
Yeah.
I watched both.
The only thing that I didn't think was very believable was the big fucking
Black
railgun.
Man in the West? No, sorry, what was that?
Was the like the range and the damage of the railgun towards the end.
Aye. I think a quick summary of that episode, I liked the old movie and Andy liked the new movie. But that's not a surprise to anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I liked fucking what's his name? Ethan Hawke's character and it was quite good.
Mm-hmm. Did you see they kind of done another movie? I think Ethan Hawke directed it and it's called The Kids. Vincent D'Onofrio.
I've seen it in the shops.
Chris Pratt plays the villain and he seems pretty unrecognisable. Growing a big beard, scarred face, voices all.
So that's the burnt ones.
Yeah. Burnt after reading. Shall I go first?
Who actually gets the honour this week? Because was your film released before mine, or?
Well, not really. For a podcast covering films from 1983, Risky Business wasn't released in the UK until 1984. It came out in August in 1983, and then it got UK release in March 1984.
Almost like a fucking year.
So, mine's originally released in the States in August. I'll just fire through mine's.
Go on then.
It's written and directed by Paul Brickman. Director that hasn't went on to much else.
Nah.
He's written about 12 other films. Nothing major, but Risky Business seemed to be the big one.
Yeah.
Like his second film was in the 90s, then the third one, when you look at it on Letterboxd, there's like 3 people seen it. So I don't know what's happened to Paul Brickman, but this seemed to have been like since it's cruel to say it, but like a one-hit wonder. The film stars Tom Cruise as Joel, Rebecca De Mornay as Lana, Joe Pantoliano, Joey Pants as Guido, Richard Mouser as Rutherford, Bronson Pinchot as Barry, Curtis Armstrong as Miles, Nicholas Pryor as Joel's father, Jeanette Carroll as Joel's mother, and let's see, the rest are just prosies.
That's basically the film's premise, is it? Ain't it?
Aye, this was the first time watch for me. I knew sweet fuck all about it, other than he slides across the living room in a shirt and a pair of socks, singing miming to music.
Yeah.
That is all. It's like the da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
It slides in. That is all I knew about this film. Found it in a charity shop, bought it. Luckily enough, it was there.
Now, I'm sure it's actually on Now TV.
Probably is.
Could have saved you $1.
I'm pretty sure I paid very little for it, but I thought, get an excuse to get that DVD off the shelf and get it watched. And it was so old. It was clear disc both sides, like the old Goodfella, where you have to turn it over halfway through.
Yeah.
So it was double-sided, and it had no menu, so the film started straight away. So very early DVD for the looks of it.
Remember when DVD first came out and you used to pay top fucking dollar?
$18.99.
I remember Mum and Dad got a DVD player 2001, I think it was roughly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Samsung or that. It was a cheaper variety one, and it was like a giant fucking black transponder. It sat in the middle. And I mind the first DVD they bought was Charlie's Angels.
Full Throttle?
No, the first one. Charlie's Angel was The Green Mile and something else, but they paid fucking top dollar for it, about £200 for the DVD
no
player.
Wonder, it's like space age technology. But for us, I was a DVD drive in the PC.
I remember watching The Matrix on the PC at Mum and Dad's house.
Aye. We'd gotten a lens of The Matrix, South Park, Bigger, Longer and Uncut, and Enemy of the State. And all 3 of them were cardboard cases with the plastic clips.
Yeah.
Something strangely nostalgic about those. But for this film has like a funny piece of strangely, I guess, nostalgic technology. Like, obviously he's doing his whole slide about the living room because he's got a free house, so he's just deciding to dance a bit like a wee fanny. His dad has like a big wardrobe, opens up and it's like a 3-shelf cabinet, and it's like a big music equalizer for cassettes. So it's like pushes the tape down, pushes all the... It's like this mixing table, but for a big ass fucking cassette player. So it's like all that, and it's like a fucking supercomputer from an 80's movie. But it's just for him to fucking listen to cassette tapes. And you're just thinking, man.
Was this no like the film that kind of put Tom Cruise kind of out there?
It must have.
Because I think it was 1983. I think the one he done before that was like The Outsiders or something.
Aye, maybe.
But I think Top Gun was his big film,
mm-hmm.
and I think this is like the one that kind of put him in there. I've never seen it either. It's never really a film that I kind of thought, I'll watch this.
The same as our early ones was like Cocktail and
like
it's Tom Cruise, so it's never really. There's no like I guess, oh man, I have to watch the fucking Tom Cruise movie.
Like, as soon as Mission Impossible come out, then and the same way fucking Collateral.
Mm-hmm.
But I've still never fully watched Eyes Wide Shut from beginning to end.
Yeah,
and it's a strange Kubrick film as well. It was his last film as well.
Yes. Aye, yeah. But yeah, for this one, it was first time watch. My brief thought, it was all right.
And it done nothing for you, sort of thing.
I felt it was overrated.
Alright.
It's kind of one of these things where I watch it and it makes you realise Tom Cruise has been a crazy cunt for the beginning. Because that sequence of him dancing about the house, it's almost reminds me of that fucking shot. Remember when he went on Oprah and he was jumping on the couches saying he was in love? He was dancing like that in that fucking film. Felt like half the film I was watching was in a fucking dream sequence, but he never woke up. Like that first night where he calls Lana, because he's got blue balls, they're all studying for these tests, he's got constant nightmares about... the film starts with him trying to wash a girl's back in the shower and he can never reach the other end of the bathroom. It's like a long, never-ending corridor. And when he gets there, he realises he's in a classroom and he's in the last 10 minutes of like the tests that decides his future and whether he's going to get into Princeton or not. And he just panics and just thinks his life's over. So they're all gearing up for these exams and he's freaking out. Parents go away on holiday and have this strange conversation in the car where it's all shot in first person, like through Joel's eyes. And they're just looking at the camera going, right, remember, no house parties, here's some emergency money, blah blah blah, there's pizzas, and they're all just...
the old cliche.
Yeah, and he's like, alright, right, no worries, cheerio. And like they were saying, how's your test exam doing? Oh, it's not too bad. You could do it again, can't you? And it just seemed so foreign, like it was a dream. Especially with the fact that it was shot in first person.
Yeah.
Another weird dream sequence he has is getting to have sex with his babysitter. There's like a woman that looks like a couple years older than him. And they're having sex and the blinds are open. And then all of a sudden there's a SWAT team surrounding the house saying, get off the babysitter! And then his parents are there. And they're like, Joel, get off the babysitter! No, think about your tests! And then like... her dad comes down and he's fucking screaming at him and he can't concentrate. He's pent up with like teenage frustration and he's also freaking out about his exams. So his pal calls a call girl and it's got like a great twist at first because it's just this looks like 7-foot black guy in a dress. And he's like, I'm Jackie. And he's like, hi Jackie. And it's like, you weren't expecting this, were you? And like, no. Okay, here, phone Lana. This is what you rich little white boys really want. And phones her, tells her the address, and he's just sitting there. Like, and again, it looks like a dream sequence. Like, it just looks like a softcore porno. He's sitting there. She just walks in the house, starts taking her clothes off, saying, "You're Joel." And walks over. First thing, like, take one bit of clothing off in one, hands up, start screwing in the hall. The back door, the patio doors blow open, there's leaves, and it's softcore music. That's not a dream, that's part of the film. She just walks in the house and they just have sex on the stairs, on Dad's big ass chair. and just wakes up the next day and she doesn't leave. He's like, we had sex. I paid you. And she's like, no, I want $300. It's like, I've got 50. He had to pay like 70, about $100 to Jackie just to get rid of him. And he's like, I've only got $70. And it's like, I'm sure you could find more money. So right enough, rich little white boy goes, and he's going to it looks like a Swiss bank. Like, open the vault door, he gets the 2 keys, pulls out, he gets some like bonds, cashes in, gets $500, and again it's like, has to be a dream. When's he going to wake up? Gets back home, she's gone, but she's stolen this priceless crystal egg from the mantelpiece. And he's like, oh,
why would you
leave a whore in your house?
Danny DeVito wouldn't do that.
Nope.
He would do that a bitch well.
Aye. And you're just thinking, man, there's so many. Sometimes you're just screaming at the TV, and I think it's just because it's the naivety of this kid who's finally gotten laid, and she's super attractive, so I could trust her in my house. And even though when it comes back, she's gone and she's stolen stuff, and someone on Letterboxd summed it up perfectly, because my feelings on the film were mixed. So I went and looked. Everyone was like 4-5 stars, love heart, and it's like, maybe I am in some sort of
small minority.
Exactly. But all the reviews is like, people suppose this is a total hit in like the gay community. Like, they're saying the sight of just,
it's Jackie that did it for them, eh?
It's fucking Tom Cruise cutting about in his wee tighty whities. Like, folk were just saying like Joel's a snack, and like, this is not appropriate for Letterboxd. I'm just looking for the film. They're talking about fucker just wanting the fucking
gay boys are standing up like they're sitting on the wall
like
going,
fucking
woo, woo, woo.
motorboat his ass cheeks here. He's like, wow, no. And one person summed it up perfectly and said, it's Ferris Bueller's days off. It's Ferris Bueller's coked up brother. I was like, it's
that's still a film I've never seen either.
It just feels like, because Ferris Bueller, he gets the day off and he goes, has an extravagant adventure, gets back just in time for his parents before they find out, and everything's perfect. This is the same. Like, parents go away, prostitute's stolen a prize egg, and he gets in a whole type of a whole series of hijinks. Like, at one point, they end up driving his dad's Porsche. They let the handbrake off and it rolls down the hill and it goes right into this lake, goes across onto the wooden dock, stops before the very end, then the dock collapses. And he's like freaking out because
I think I've seen that scene. I think I've seen maybe folks watching it on a film or something.
Yeah, and it's like the golden rules for the dad: don't touch my Porsche, take the station wagon. And then of course, and he's like, what the fuck am I going to do? My dad's going to know I've done this. It's going to cost me thousands and thousands of pounds to get taken out of the lake. And it's a great show. It gets down at the lake and you open it and like half the fucking lake comes out and there's fish everywhere, and there'll be fish scuttling about the floor, and it's just like, oh man, you're so fucking dead. And Lana's way of, well, we could fix this, because he's like a wee business major. This is what he's trying to get into Princeton for. And she's like, you're smart, I've got connections. Let's turn your mum and dad's, let's turn this empty into a whore house. So right enough, he brings all his rich white friends to his house, and she brings all her classy prostitutes to the house. And it just becomes fucking Joel's big shag pad. and it's literally, there's companies delivering like Z beds with mattresses, so they could just put extra beds in rooms just so they could just...
Is that not like the plot to that film with Tom Hanks, Bachelor Party?
Maybe. I think they just get him a prostitute, but this one, they just turn his house into a fucking brothel. And in amongst all the chaos, it's like a wild house party, and it's just women constantly taking wee teenage boys into rooms. And there's a man in a suit there, and he's looking awfully nervous, and like, what's going on? And it's the cunt that's giving an interview for Princeton.
Oh.
So he's trying to conduct an interview in his dad's study, and the amount of folk that keep coming through, getting ready to shag, going, oh, sorry, and they all go back at the room. And it's just like, of course this happens, but it was a swerve I never expected. Like, I just thought he's having a really shitty time, prostitute, all's going wrong, and then I thought parents are going to come back and it's hell. But no, they decide, let's team together. You become the pimp, I'll become like the headmistress, and just get everyone in, and for one night we'll try and make as much money as we can and solve all your problems. And Tom Cruise, instead of freaking out, he's like, okay, whips out a pair of sunglasses, started going, start doing these really like faces like Bruce Lee when he's snapping cunts' necks, and he's become possessed. Like the character's bipolar. Like 1 minute he's panicking, and then he's like, "I'm the coolest cunt alive," and starts walking around putting his hands on fuck's shoulders. Like, "I'll introduce you to some pussy," and carry them to his house. And it's like, what's going on? Because even in his Princeton interview, there's this running theme of he takes life too seriously, and his pal's like, "You know what? Sometimes you just need to say, fuck it. Just fuck it." And it's like, I can't. It's like, the reason that you can't even say it is the reason why you will never do it. So during his Princeton interview, everything's going wrong. Is that, "You know what, Jerry? Sometimes," and he pulls his pair of sunglasses in his pocket, puts it on his eyes, "you just have to say, fuck it." He stands up and does a fucking wild face. You're expecting it to freeze frame and then credits to come up, but it doesn't. He just keeps doing the wild face for a minute. And then it just cuts to the end of the night and they're sitting counting money. It's like, this film's fucking weird. Fucking weird. It's like 95 minutes, 96. And I mean, it's the usual. By the end, everything's sort of sorted. Like, everything's like, there's one point, Joe Pantoliano's character, Guido, who's like her original pimp, they piss him off. Yeah. Because he more or less, he's taking Lana away from him. And she's obviously a top earner because she looks like a fucking schoolgirl. So everyone wants a shot of Lana. But she's like, "No, Joe's my boss now." And Joe Pantoliano's character, Guido, he's just like, "Guido, the Italian." Like, how original. He's like, "Alright, I'll mind that." And there's this brilliant scene where Joe thought he's got everything sorted. Like, everything, he's got the car back, got the crystal egg back, everything's perfect, goes away, comes back to his house, and they've stripped every bit of furniture out of the house. It's like it's an empty house. They've gotten rid of everything. And it's like, Mum and Dad's due home in like an hour. They phoned him for the air saying, "Oh, we're on our way."
By chance, did they take the fucking cassette thing?
All of it.
Yeah. Oh,
even
no.
the wardrobe had come in.
Oh,
and he's freaking out. He runs outside and Lana's just done the con on him. She's just went back to Guido, giving him access to just never trust a whore. Never trust a whore. And he's there and he's like, "Yeah, you can have the hi-fi back for $300. So he has to buy all his parents' furniture back off of Guido to get back in the house. And at the very end, it comes into the crystal egg, and he's only got like $50 left. He's like, "We want $350. He's like, "I can't. I've only got 50. You've sent everything off me." And he's like, "Alright, here. You could owe us the 300 and just fucking launch it." And there's this slow motion shot of him running, jumping over all the furniture, dives, catches it. But I mean, it's still perfectly fine for one watch, just to kind of see how weird it is. Because they were definitely, like, it has a strange sex scene, like a strange ass sex scene. That is like, really? This is what? No, that's. I feel like I can't even have to take a sip of beer. After this prolific night of hooring in his house, like, Lana's all her friends, everyone's been pumped. They're all the girls are exhausted, all the boys are drained dry, and they're all sent home. And Lana's like, "Right, you know what? I really fancy sex as well now, but I want to have sex on a train." So it's like, "Okay, let's go." And they go in the subway, and it's Phil Collins, like, "I Feel It in the Air Tonight."
No.
That's playing. They got on the train, and the train's full, so they just outweight everyone getting off. Like, a black couple leave. There's an old black woman looking at him going, "I ken what the fuck you honkies are up to." She's just giving them this look. She knows. And she's just
done it before.
She's just fucking disgusted. And she walks away, and it comes down to them and this old hobo eating biscuits.
Hobo watched it.
Hobo watching. He's looking at Tom. Tom looks like a fucking snack. And he is. He's sitting there eating a cracker, swigging a bottle of whiskey out of a brown bag.
Come on, snack.
Glug, glug, glug. And he is, like, Lana's got her back to him, and it's just, he's making eye contact with Tom. And Tom's trying to just think past it and just sit and try and get setting about his missus. But he can't, just keep seeing him. The train stops, and you quickly see Tom left in the drunk, carry him at the train, put him down on a bench, put a coat around him, and then run back in. Getting the belt off. And then they just have this, like, 80s sex scene on a fucking train. Like, he's sat down on the chair, she's mounting them and taking her clothes off, and it's all slow motion and it's going in and out of tunnels. Funnily enough. Fucking, this film's got layers, and you're just thinking, what the fuck is... They're shagging on, like, the midnight train. And they're trying to make it look, like, sexy, and it's like, what? That's tinky as fuck. And I just think it's like, just wake up, Joel. Just wake up. You're just having a weird, wet dream. Honestly, I was waiting for that to be the end.
That's usually like a cop out of like either films or TV shows nowadays. It's all a dream.
Exactly. Because it kind of all started getting weird because he's lying in his bed and he goes to grab his dick, and then it just cuts to him having sex with that babysitter, and the SWAT team show up. And I thought, maybe is he just dream within a dream within a dream? Because this is so fucking weird. Why would you let a prostitute live with you? And it was just weird. But aye, I feel like I've talked for 3/4 of an hour. But aye, if it is on now TV, check it out if you're bored.
Yeah.
Like it isn't terrible. It's just
like the only reason I probably wouldn't know it is because Tom Cruise is a snack.
And it's just so fucking weird. And you have to just see the hobo on the train, just sitting eating biscuits, drinking whiskey, going, "Oh, I'm in for a show tonight." But so I got a couple of laughs at it, but by the end of it, I didn't see what the big deal was.
Yeah,
it might have just because maybe at the time it come out, and it just fucking blew folks' minds, and just introduced them to fucking Tom Cruise, because he is clearly the most attractive out of his party of folk. Because it just looks like a D&D stable, and then it's Tom Cruise in with them. Like, he's too good looking to be with these people. But yeah, let's see. Let's have a look at my notes. He got a Golden Globe nomination out of it.
How old was he at the time?
He couldn't have been any more than late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
He got best performance by an actor in a motion picture, comedy or musical, and he lost out to Michael Caine.
Oh.
Michael Caine got it for Educating Rita. Ever see that one?
No.
They showed that film a lot in high school.
Huh.
And it's educating. It's like an English professor teaching, like doing an adult English class to just uneducated adults. Yeah. And it's I think it's Julie Waters.
Alright.
And is it Julie Waters? Yeah, and she's reading. They're just like he was trying to convince her to read Howard's End. He's like, Howard's End, that sounds filthy. She took it literally and was like, no, it's not about Howard's End. It's a story. That's the only part I remember about that film. But aye, he got it. Would this film work nowadays? I guess, kind of in some sense. I reckon. I was saying, if who stole this film?
The hobo.
Aye, hobo on a train.
Tom Cruise would have been 21 at the time.
Aye. He did look like he was fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
You want to know the budget? It's actually more expensive than I imagined.
Is it?
6.2 million. I think for a film it was just consisted of like house party and okay, maybe for driving a bit in a Porsche. But you want to know how much it made? I've got a domestic figure of...
I reckon it probably would have been a bit of money, because I reckon the buzz would have been, like with Tom Cruise and all that, like...
Aye. And it would have been aimed at like teenage audience and feeling maybe like the John Hughes crowd, like Breakfast Club, Weird Science. It would have went across to kind of seen that as well, because I guess it kind of be classed as sort of like a raunchy comedy. It made 63.5 million domestic.
It's not bad, actually.
Mm-hmm. Nay worldwide, no foreign, overseas figures. Trivia, I haven't got any. Let's have a look.
No.
I'll pull some up on the phone right now.
I'm looking through the first couple of reviews on it, and people are saying that it's like a very underrated film.
Yeah, I reckon what? But
yeah,
let's have a look.
Yeah, I see that March 1984. That's a strange release date for it, like. But then that was the thing back in the day. I remember we used to get films like fucking 6 months later after America got them in that.
Okay, so obviously, the dance scene where Joe dances to old-time rock and roll was completely improvised. Leading to my case that Tom Cruise is a fucking nut. In the script, Tom Cruise was simply instructed to dance to rock music. And he literally jumps from couch to couch, dry humps, starts doing the worm. He's running a bit with like a fire poker, using it as a microphone stand like he's Freddie Mercury, and just like, what?
Yeah.
John Cusack, Nick Cage, Michael J. Fox, Tom Hanks, and Sean Penn also auditioned for the role of Joel. Imagine Nick Cage.
Oh, he would have been quite unrecognisable at that point.
Aye. Cameo, Sean Penn was the man sitting in the passenger seat as Joe first takes the Porsche for a spin. The cameo was a favour for the director. Penn and Cruise had starred together. First time they starred together since Taps.
Ah, fuck, I thought they were going to say that Sean Penn was a hobo. That'd have been great. That would have notched it up a bit for me to watch it.
And one last piece of trivia. The film was originally called White Boys Off the Lake.
Well, that actually sounds mildly racist.
According to Paul Brickman, the studio disliked the title as they felt it sounded like an off-Broadway play. Strangely specific.
White boys by the lake, by some white fucking birds.
Aye. Hobos on a train.
But any chance was the hobo white or black?
White.
Ah.
He was dirty black. But just sat there, swigging whiskey, eating crackers.
Whenever I think of hobos apart from Rutger Hauer,
with a shotgun.
I always think of fucking Christopher Lloyd in the Dennis film, where he plays like the hobo / thief. And he's fucking greasy and dirty, and he's got like no teeth and all that. And he just looks like he needs a scrub.
Alright, Mike. It's your turn to take the microphone and tell us all about Twilight Zone, the movie.
So Twilight Zone is a
anthology?
Yeah, it's an anthology movie. It's 4 stories and a prologue. And it's directed by John Landis, Steven Spielberg, Joe Dante, and George Miller. 4 very credible directors.
Yes, very prestigious.
I mean, George Miller, the only thing I remember about George Miller is Mad Max. I think that's literally the only things he's done, really.
And Happy Feet.
Ah, right, okay. I would not know that.
Polar opposite of Fury Road. Happy Feet.
Yeah. I wrote down like the actors that I recognised in the film. And also you've got Dan Aykroyd and Albert Brooks. They play the car passengers in the prologue at the start.
Right.
You've got Scatman Crothers as Mr. Bloom.
Oh.
You've got John Lithgow as Mr. Valentine.
Right.
And I couldn't remember the character's name, Kathleen Quinlan. And you've got good old Dick Miller.
Dick Miller.
In there.
Was it for the Joe Dante section by chance?
It fucking was. It was. And it was actually quite a good Dick Miller.
Good role.
Yeah. I mean, it was only like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good.
Alright. So, so the stories, the anthologies, it was, I guess, just tell me about each of them.
Yeah, so what the film is basically retelling stories on the original TV show.
Right.
One of them, the only 3 of them are actual retellings. One of them is a completely
new one. Yeah,
which happened to be the first thing that John Landis had wrote.
Right.
I think it was called, when the credits rolled at the end, it just says segment 1, segment 2.
Yeah. I
think you had to actually go online and find out the real name, and I think
the
segment 1 was called Time Out. And obviously the most famous one was like Danger at 20,000 feet or something, which is the whole airplane thing.
Yeah.
So the film opens up with fucking the prologue with a very young looking Dan Aykroyd and Albert Brooks. Obviously Albert Brooks, the only thing I kind of remember him for notably is he was one of the bad guys in Drive.
Ah, right, yeah.
He was
like
the
Italians in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Was it Italians?
He was the boss of Ron Perlman and that, and he was like old pals with Bryan Cranston and that.
Yeah.
But he looks kind of reminds me of fucking, what was the name of the actor that was in Seinfeld that played George?
Oh yeah, the short guy.
Yeah, the glassy. I always thought that was him, but it wasn't. So obviously it's them two, they're in a car, and I always thought, I'm sure Dan Aykroyd's like a hitchhiker, because when they talk about like how they've all just kind of met, I'm assuming Dan Aykroyd's a hitchhiker. Yeah. And they pick him up. So
does he look like an old bum eating crackers and drinking whiskey?
Nah. This was obviously before Ghostbusters, but was Dan Aykroyd relatively big at that? I suppose he would have been, because he would have been Saturday Night Live. And
yeah. He would have been doing all the wild and crazy guys with Steve Martin. And...
yeah.
Aye.
So like they were playing this game where like they're humming like theme tunes and stuff, and they're trying to like best each other at it and that, and then they start talking about the Twilight Zone and like episodes at the scene and stuff.
Oh,
and then Dan Aykroyd's like, right, you want to see something really scary? And he's like, you need to pull the car over. Turns away, comes back, and he's got like a really fucking scary like werewolf looking mask on, and just starts attacking Albert Brooks.
Christ.
So then it just cuts to that infamous it's the infamous fucking line.
The speech for, is it Rod Sterling?
Yeah. And obviously the whole fucking music and that, and like it always reminds me of being on the Tower of Terror.
Aye.
And in Disney, because that's how it starts. Like you go in, because like everybody's dressed in the whole like old fucking hotel sort of spooky setting they put you in, and then like the room's also goes black, and it's just all the stars in it. Say Ron Sterling, Tom. Yeah. And it's just there's something about that score that's actually quite
eerie.
Yeah, quite eerie. Mm-hmm. So then it cuts to the narration of the first story regarding a guy called Bill, who's had like literally the worst week, and he's talking about how his like he never got the promotion at work. This other guy got the promotion who happens to be Jewish, and he just starts going on about like how he hates the Jews, hates the cooks, hates the cooks, hates the niggers, shit like that.
Was it Mel Gibson?
Nah. And he's gone off on one and that, and he's like, I fought in fucking Vietnam and all that, like I'm an American, that like these people are taking our jobs, and like the reason why we're having to fight for our jobs and that is because and obviously he's in a bar and he's surrounded by fucking blacks and fucking Asians and everything.
His head kicked in.
So then he storms off, opens the door of the bar, and all of a sudden, it's like he's looking around and he's like, "This isn't where I am." Mm-hmm. And so basically, the premise of this story is like he's reliving historical like moments in time. So like, the first part is like being chased through, fucking France by the Nazis because they think he's Jewish. Yeah. And obviously he's American, but they think he's Jewish and all that, and they're obviously trying to kill him and stuff like that. Aye. And then the next part is actually in fucking Vietnam as he's being hunted by the American soldiers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's just him reliving the same fucking shit, and it's like, I think it's like they're trying to like make him sort of learn a lesson sort of thing.
For the way that he blamed it on these people, and then seeing how they've struggled as well. Yeah,
and it was quite good. Like I think one of the better bits is when he wakes up and he's actually getting hung by the KKK.
Oh Christ! And yeah, the blacks have had it worse than you, pal. Yeah. Oh well, I think the only parts of Twilight Zone I saw, I used to have American Netflix like before they could block your VPN. Yeah. And I remember watching the original series, and I got 3 or 4 episodes in, but I did watch the Jordan Peele kind of series that I done, and it started off really well, and then the last 3 or 4 episodes were questionable. Like some were good, some were bad.
Was it him that was doing the narration and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think he might have directed maybe the first episode, but he was like the Rod Sterling. He would walk in a suit, do the speech, and tell him about the Twilight Zone, and kind of walk away in the music, and he would be the narrator for every episode.
Yeah.
So it had a nice touch to it, and like, quite a lot of like famous faces showed up. Seth Rogen was in a couple of them, and there was one where it was sort of like the background. It was like one of the writers of the Twilight Zone was being haunted. So it was like an introduction, and then there was like an outtake, and then they walked away, and you realise it's about the writer. It wasn't him. He was just being Jordan Peele at this stage, and they were quite interesting. Yeah,
it's something I've never really watched, like the TV show or anything.
Yeah,
like I think I'm interested to watch a couple of the stories that have been put in the film, because obviously they're like the retelling.
Aye.
So I kind of want to see how the danger at 20,000 feet plays out and stuff like that.
Aye.
And obviously if I ever get a chance to see the one with Jordan Peele, I might. The
one that features Kumail Nanjiani, that was the opening one. It was called The Comedian. It's been nominated for an Emmy. I think Kumail's been nominated for like male actor in like a limited series, and it's a great one because he's like the struggling comedian. He'll do his jokes and they don't really land, but if he goes on like a wee verbal rampage, he's like, "Kid, what annoys me? My fucking dog annoys me. Shit's all over the place," and the crowd will laugh it up. But by the time he's gone off the stage, they would say, "Man, that was good. Where's my dog?" And the dog's vanished for existence. Like if he roasts the animal or a person in his set, by the time he's finished his set, that person's vanished from existence, and no one's ever heard of them. Like his girlfriend's like, "What dog? You don't have a fucking dog." And then he bumps into a guy that he went to school with that bullied him. So he started doing the set, and he started talking about the same jokes when he landed. He's like, "You know what? This asshole, I bumped into some asshole today, and he bullied me in school," and obviously was laughing. And the guy was in the crowds, and he was laughing, he couldn't take it. And then by the end of the set, he had vanished as well. And he's becoming more famous because he's doing these great sets, but at the cost of losing people around him. And there's like one set where his girlfriend pisses him off, and he realises he's on stage, and it's a big deal. It's like he's on television, and he really needs to land it, so he has to roast his girlfriends. And it's just like the consequences of his actions is really good. I could see why they opened the season with that one.
Yeah.
But I hope it like ends up on Netflix or Now TV. It's a shame that it's like CBS Online was what went on in the States.
Yeah.
So
those are like, as well, like obviously I'm kind of looking forward to like seeing if they bring more out, because I reckon it'll be like differently, like directors directing like each episode and that. So like you in the mind seeing like, I'm trying to think like fucking maybe I reckon like Denis Villeneuve like fucking directing like a wee one, or like fucking chuck Kevin Smith in. I'm sure he could fucking do something decent.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
So.
But
So what was your net? What was, because there was 3 segments?
4. There was 4.
Right.
Like the segments are about what 20 minutes long or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean they're easy to watch. Like the film's like one of the ones where you kind of didn't have to like follow like all the way through. Obviously, as long as you
it's a series of short stories.
Yeah.
Is there like a linear? Is there like a running? Are they all connected in some strange way, or completely separate?
No, I think they're all pretty much separate. Well, actually, apart from the very last one, it's got like a weird ending to it.
All right.
But
what is the running time for it?
Hour and 40 minutes. So you're roughly getting about 20 minutes for each.
Yeah.
Like each like segment, because like the opening prologue is about maybe 5 minutes.
Right.
Something like that. So like you've got what 95 minutes left, about 5 minutes of credit. So yeah, you've got about 21, 22 minutes for each segment. Which isn't not bad.
Yeah.
The second segment was probably my least favourite one, and I looked up online and it was called Kick the Can.
Right.
And it's the one that's got Scatman Crothers, who obviously plays
dude for The Shining.
Yeah.
I can't tell you his name right now.
I can't remember his name
I'm
either.
slightly inebriated. But takes an axe to the chest.
and it's set in amongst like a care home.
Right.
And it's like them talking about like, there's a guy on the stage talking about like, at 83 you should be fucking still experiencing great sex and all that, and like all the wee fucking sweet wifeys are like eating it up and all that, like, oh, I want this again, I want this, I want that. And Scott McCrills plays Mr. Bloom, who is like almost, it's like he's got this sort of thing where he could like turn them back into like their younger selves.
Alright.
So like he turned them back into when they're like really early, like teenagers sort of thing. And they're all running about and stuff like that. And it's got a very Peter Pan kind of feel to it.
Alright.
And it's a bit more of a light-hearted story, you know. It's got like a wee...
What's the sinister twist, if there is one?
There actually isn't one. And that's probably like one of my least... That's probably my least favourite.
Aye.
Segment. And when I was reading people's reviews, people were saying that like 2 segments work, 2 didn't. But people, like the general consensus was that this was like the least favourite, and surprisingly as well, it's like directed by Steven Spielberg. So you would kind of think that at that time, you know, he's probably like the most accomplished, and he's probably going to deliver something really good. But he obviously didn't. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's like I reckon how he turns them into fucking like the kids and all that, but he's like he goes for like care home sort of thing. Yeah. And it's like he kind of gets everybody to like relive their youth. Mm-hmm. And
it's making me think of Cocoon, but did Spielberg do Cocoon? Do you think so?
I don't think so. No. But like towards the end of that whole segment, like they all go back into their care home, and there's an old guy who is still old. Right. And they're like, there's kids in my room. Like there's kids in my room, and he runs through.
My laptop just being really loud.
He's like the kids are in my room, and he like runs past Mr. Bloom and all, and he's like, there's kids in my room, and he's like, yes, there's kids in your room, and he goes and gets the nurse, and he comes back, and they're all back to normal, right? Apart from one, and one of them was obviously the one that doesn't want to go back to being old, and he kind of just like flies away like he's Peter Pan. Huh. And then it just kind of ends on that. Aye. And I'm just like, I just wasn't.
Yeah, like I was Spielberg had his own vision.
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more for Spielberg.
It's like, I'm making a Spielberg movie, not a Twilight Zone movie.
Did Spielberg make Hook? He did. He done.
I want to say he did.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. And I mean, like, it was good.
Yeah, I loved Hook as a kid. Yeah, as a kid. It's one of those things like nowadays you realise people hated it. Yeah. Like, people were not fond of Hook, but I couldn't help but fucking love it because it was shown at the right time as a kid. It came out as a... Yeah. And it was
fucking, like, Dustin Hoffman, like, even though he's brilliant, like, he was a wee bit, like, terrifying.
Yeah, aye, totally. His look up, his big fucking nose and the hair.
But I always forget that Bob Hoskins was in it, playing Smee. And he was fucking great.
Aye, fucking perfect.
Who else was in it?
And then all the fucking stuff with like Rufio and Lost and that great banquet sequence where they have to imagine the food and then it shows up. And it's like Robin Williams learning to be a kid again. And yeah. Aye.
Because he plays like a total workaholic. Yeah.
Aye. Because he was Peter Pan. And he went back, I've never seen it in years. But he was like Peter Pan and went and had to go back. And then realised he was Peter, and I was like, he's not Pan. Yeah. Nah. Man, Hook.
It's on Netflix as well, I've noticed. It's went off the Sky on Netflix, so I might have to revisit it at some point. Totally. Because I fucking loved it as a kid.
Mm-hmm. So that was...
Segment 2.
Segment 2, so that was Spielberg. The first one was John Landis. Yeah. So who was next?
The next one was Joe Dante's segment, and I actually can't remember the name of this fucking segment.
What happens in it?
So it's it shows you the character played by Kathleen Quinlan, who she's in a diner and she's going like back home somewhere to see like family and stuff, and she's in a diner and fucking what's his name, Dick Miller's there, like all tattooed up. Aye. and he's like like the whole spiel, and it's like almost he's like trying to flirt with her.
Yeah.
And then the waitress through the back says, "Oh, I can't remember his fucking character's name," but "Oh, your wife's on the phone," and she's like, "Wife," and he's like, "Aye." It's like, "Oh, you've been fucking done, son."
It's like, "Here, I'd sell books, so you gotta buy books. Get the fuck out of my shop."
And it shows you like them sitting talking, and there's like a TV in the corner, and I get some flickering, and there's two like big fucking like muscly guys are talking about saying, "Oh, like what's wrong with your telly?" He's like, "Telly's fine." He's like, "Well, I've got like money on like this boxing fight or something," and the turn is a wee kid sitting playing like a fucking Pac-Man machine or something, and he's fucking battering it, and this is what's causing the jump in the telly, yeah. And they end up like fucking like grabbing the kid and throwing him away and stuff, throwing him away for the machine.
Yeah.
And then they all just kind of jump in. And then they, Kathleen Quinlan goes to go and leave. And she's like reversing her car. She reverses her car into the kid on his bike.
Right.
So then he's like, "Oh, well, like, do you mind giving me a ride home? It's my birthday and all that. I'm supposed to be going back to my house to get like my birthday dinner, but nobody like properly celebrates my birthday with me and stuff like that." And he talks about like the family he doesn't like and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So takes him into the house, and all of a sudden you're meeted with like these really uncomfortable fucking like group of like fucking. It's also meant to be his family and stuff, and they're really like what's the word? Oh fuck. Like over welcoming sort of thing.
All right,
and
okay.
They're really like total touchy.
Oh hi, come on in.
Yeah,
here.
they're all really all touchy feely and stuff like that. And
so how could they not celebrate this kid's birthday?
Yeah, and like it's fucking weird. Like you like for the minute you go in the house, you know something's wrong, and that, but you try to kind of figure out, and the whole payoff for it isn't what you think it is.
Yeah,
and like, you think it's like
the child Satan.
Well, like, you think it's obviously like they've kidnapped the kid or something like that, eh? But it's completely fucking different.
Aye.
So like he talks about how it's his birthday and all that, and he's going to be getting like whatever he wants for like his like dinner and stuff like that, and it's like they bring in like fucking like burgers with peanut butter on them and fucking Christ. Like toffee apples and stuff like that. And it's weird, the kid's got like a fucking like kinetic sort of way about them. Like he kind of stares at them funny and all that, and like it makes them kind of like shit themselves.
Right.
But
wait, physically?
No.
Oh, just give them a fright.
Yeah, just makes them like really fucking terrified of them. But it turns out that it's the kid is living in a cartoon world.
Ah.
And they're all trapped in this cartoon world and he brings people in, and he doesn't want them to leave, and he forces them to stay and stuff like that. So there's some really good like Joe Dante practical effects where like they do like the whole bunny in the hat trick, and it's a fucking giant like prosthetic fucking like demon bunny.
Oh, I think that's the one I've seen on Twitter where it's like a red backdrop. Yeah, and it's a creepy fucking bunny.
Yeah, and it's like it works well, and like it's a really like unsettling fucking surrounding.
Yeah,
and like. It's just like the kid's like a really bratty wee bastard and all that.
Aye.
And he's like, "Oh, it's my birthday, I get what I want." And like they talk about how like something happened, and he blames like the sister. And the sister's like, "Well, it definitely wasn't me," and all that. And he's like, he does something, he like looks at her funny, and I saw like something happened. But like also you get like the total practical effects, like where he's like got them trapped in like the TV with the cartoons and stuff like that, and it's fucking like some really like interesting like fucking special like effects and stuff. And then like everything's like CGI now. Like see like practical effects are like fucking
gold dust.
Yeah.
See that article headline on Twitter about James Wan's going to direct the film. It's a brand new IP, never been done before, and it's all going to be done with practical effects. Like okay.
That'll be interesting. But I mean, like we're saying, like this bunny just looks like a fucking
Looks like something out of a fucking Friday, a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
It's got like total big, massive, like dangly teeth and all that.
Yeah.
And like the guy that's holding the hat is fucking terrified.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's alright. It's probably one of the weaker stories and all that. But I mean, like it's Joe Dante and that. Like, and like it's got Dick Miller. You know.
Yeah.
It's got like there's a bit of music sort of playing in it that kind of reminds me a wee bit of the Gremlins and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if maybe he's used that as a sample and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that segment was wasn't too bad.
Yeah. And so your last one would be the George Miller one.
Yeah, and this one's like, when I was reading on Letterboxd and IMDb, this is everybody's favourite segment. And I mean, it's the retelling of the one for the TV show.
Yeah,
It's like Danger at like 20,000 feet or something. And it's the fucking it's the age old cliche fucking like paranoid fucking like flight personnel that fucking like hates flying and all that, like thinks that they're going to be dying, like everything's going to go wrong, start hallucinating and all that. So like also John Lithgow, like the story opens with him like in the bathroom and all that, and he's like fucking freaking out. And like he's like some sort of like scientist or like professor or something who wrote this book, but he's so catatonic, and that like he's really pale and just fucking like buckets of sweat on him.
Aye.
And that like really sells the role.
Sounds like the fucking perfect choice because he's brilliant when he's hysterical.
Yeah.
Like he could take it to the next level.
Did you watch that Raising Cain yet?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's fucking weird. Like.
Is streaming?
It's on. I've got it in the house, but it's on
Prime.
It's on the Amazon channel on Prime. No, I don't know.
The Arrow channel. Yeah.
Yeah, the Arrow channel. And I mean, it's a weird film. It's quite bonkers in a way.
Yeah.
And I mean, because it's John Lithgow plays like numerous roles in the film, and it works well.
Aye.
And there's an ending shot that's just lasting. That's just fucking creepy as fuck.
Aye.
That's well worth checking out. But I mean, like we talk about like John Lithgow and like Dexter and that. Like he was really brilliant as a Trinity killer.
Aye, and fucking Blowout.
Like I remember watching the trailer for Blowout after we done the review, and they give that away in the trailer that it's John Lithgow that is like the killer and they had him in like the credits and stuff, and it's like, see if they take small details like this out of stuff like that, it would make the payoff so much bigger.
Exactly. Aye. The dude is underrated for his acting jobs, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, if you as a kid, I would probably just recognise, man for Third Rock for the Sun. Or, he's a guy for Shrek.
Fucking Cliffhanger. He's fucking absolutely brilliant in that. I actually quite like him in Daddy's Home too, with Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson.
Will Ferrell's dad.
Yeah, he's so fucking brilliant.
Aye.
Like he's completely opposite of what he is, what we're used to. That he's so.
How was he in New Pet Cemetery?
He was alright.
Because he played like a granddad in it.
He played the character of Judd.
Right.
From the original film. He was alright. I think the guy that played Judd in the original was probably a bit better.
Aye.
But he was alright, you know.
Yeah.
He'd done the job.
So, and this is, as you said, one of the most famous stories because it was parodied on The Simpsons, wasn't it? When it was like the school bus.
Yeah.
And it was like a little gremlin sitting taking the wheels apart, and Bart, everyone thinks he's gone mental.
Yeah, like I've on my notes and all, like I've said that, like, if you're watching this film or if you decide to watch it purely for this segment, because this segment is just fucking like, I could have happily watched another hour of this.
Feature length.
Because it was so fucking good. Like, obviously it's him, he's sitting in his chair and he looks out and he sees like a fucking, like a creature sort of thing that's chewing away at the wire of the wing and all that, the plane.
Aye.
And obviously everybody thinks he's fucking mental and that, and he's just paranoid and he's terrified of flights and stuff like that. But it just like blows into like fucking mass hysteria in the plane and all that, like fucking he's got a gun all of a sudden and all that, and it's fucking, oh man, like the practical effects as well with the fucking creature and that is like so good.
Is it just like a gremlin that's on the...
It's like a gremlin looking thing, and like
pulling apart the
like
plane.
Freaking out, he's like, oh, there's someone on the wing of the plane, and he's going fucking absolutely mental.
The new series where Jordan Peele has an episode similar, I think it even has like a similar title, but it's sort of done in a modern aspect. It is Adam Scott is the lead actor for that one. The guy for like Parks and Rec and Step Brothers.
Yeah.
He's again someone that's really nervous about flying. Can't handle it. Tucked in the wee seat in front of the house, uses an in-flight magazine. There's like an iPod. It's got a podcast on it, and it's like the crash of flight 2013. And he looks at his ticket, and like he's on 2013, and the episode title is the same date. So he's sitting listening to the podcast, and they're sitting talking about the mysterious circumstances that caused this flight to crash. And he starts getting hysterical, trying to explain to folk, this plane's going to crash. I'm listening to it, it's happening. And they're telling me the things, and he's causing the hysteria on the plane.
Yeah.
And he realises, is it him that causes the plane to crash? So he's all dying to like keep getting back, listen to more information, but security's trying to calm him down, and stewardesses are going mental at him, and passengers around him are losing their shit, and he's just constantly just trying to warn them about what's going to happen because they're going to do like there's an electrical fault, and he's like, you need to tell the pilot there's an electrical fault. He's like, why do you know? What have you done to our electrics? And he's like, it's not me, and everyone thinks he's crazy, but it just made me think it's kind of a similar setting, but rather than being a gremlin, it's just this guy's went hysterical over a podcast.
But I like fucking like I've seen like the practical effects on this thing is like fucking unreal, and like when the plane, because he ends up like goes to the fucking gets the gun, he then decides the best idea today is to fucking shoot the gremlin through the window, and obviously that just causes them to fucking like emergency like land the plane.
Yeah. And
then you see him talking. He's talking about how he's a hero and how he saved everybody. It's him in the fucking straitjacket, it's on a gurney getting loaded into a hospital. And then obviously all the like engineers and the fucking are all having a look at the plane, and like they go in the wing, and like the wing is absolutely fucking torn to shreds, and they have no idea what caused this. Like they're trying to claim that like lightning took out the wing and all that, and they're like,
must have hit a flock of birds.
They're like, nah, it's like lightning doesn't cause this.
Aye.
And so then obviously it's fucking they're in the ambulance, and they start fucking talking to the guy, talking to John Lithgow, trying to get him to calm down and that. And like, oh, why do you not play some music? And the guy's like, oh, well, fucking just a song for you and all that. Puts the radio on, and it happens to be a Creedence Clearwater Revival song.
Aye.
And he starts talking about, oh, there's a gremlin on the plane, and it's like, and the guy in the passenger says, oh yeah, like if you want to hear something really scary, I've got something to tell you. And it turns and it's fucking Dan Aykroyd driving the fucking ambulance. And then all of a sudden you get the narration again with the fucking end in it.
Aye.
And then it kind of just cuts away into all the credits.
Man.
And I thought it was quite an interesting fucking ending. The fact that it was Dan Aykroyd that was riding the ambulance.
Nice wee twist.
And I thought they were going to be callback to the start of the film with him playing that music and all that.
Aye. Man, you've sold me on it. I'm going to have to find it now.
It's well worth watching. Like,
yeah.
Like the first segment's decent. Like I think, like the only one I didn't like was the Kit the Cam one. Mm-hmm. But obviously the other ones are watchable.
Aye. Well, that was it.
I mean, because they're only 20 minutes. You know what I mean? They're worth watching, I suppose.
I was convinced I'd seen it when I was younger, and then going back, like trawling through Carpenter's work, and when it come to Body Bags, it was actually Body Bags I'd seen. Just when I heard it was like an anthology horror thing.
Yeah, I thought it was Twilight. Still never went and rewatched Body Bags. Mm-hmm. I purely want to watch it for the Mark Hamill story.
Yeah. Aye. So, any last notes?
No, really. We've talked about obviously like how I wouldn't mind seeing like an updated adaptation is brought to like film and all that. Can like a couple of. I mean, you've kind of got that with that like VHS sort of thing and like the.
Yes, aye.
What was the other one like the ABCs of Death and all that, which is
never tried
fucking
those.
Weird. There's a really weird one. I think it was on ABCs. There's a lot of Asian stories.
Yeah.
I feel like Asian directors on that are really fucking.
They did do ones
weird.
that got UK releases, and they just called it 3, and it was just 3 anthology films, and it was like Park Chan-wook done one, and Takeshi Miike done another, and then it'd be like a Hong Kong director, so it'd be like kind of different continents.
I remember watching like the VHS films, and I'm like.
I remember watching the first one, and it was pretty freaky.
Like the first story with the last it was like the
Siren.
vampire.
Aye.
It was quite effective.
That got spun off into its own film. It's called Siren. It's that same like vampire coming across like a bachelor party. I don't know if it's like a dark comedy, but the design of her was freaky.
Aye, it was fucking, and then it was like the whole alien invasion thing.
I just remember the one where the people are in the house, and it was like things were vanishing, or doors were disappearing, and they were trapped, or things were coming out the walls to get them.
Aye.
I
remember the story about the couple that were going away, and all of a sudden, like fucking, it showed you when they're sleeping, and then it would show you like the light getting turned on. And like the camera and like somebody watching them sleeping. It was quite a fucking eerie setting.
It was a freaky fucking film. We done that for the podcast. It was part of mine. We done an A to Z season. That was V. So,
and like, I just remember it. Like the twist on that story was that it was the actual girlfriend of the couple was trying to run away with her lesbian girlfriend, and she ends up like cutting the boy's throat in his sleep, and it's so fucking like graphic and all that. And it's just like, oof.
Yeah, because I've done 3 of those by now.
Yeah, I've seen the first 2. I don't think I've seen another one.
Yeah, but man, it's found footage stuff is just unsettling as fuck to watch, because it feels largely real just because it's fuck.
Well, that's kind of like I watched Videodrome yesterday.
Aye.
And obviously it's got like a found footage feel to it with the whole Videodrome scenario and all. And it's like just like James Wood's character's watching this footage of like this like these like lassies and men getting like fucking tortured and murdered for like an hour and all that, and they're like, what time's it broadcast and all that, and he's thinking it's like fucking like staged and all that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, this is fucking perfect. There's like no budget here, and that. But obviously, it's like almost like a snuff film he's kind of watching, eh?
Yeah.
And it was a fucking weird film, like.
Aye, I just remind that one shot where what are they putting in the guy's chest again? It like a videotape, or
he's got like a gun in his chest. And
yes,
all that, and
aye, that was a fucking trippy film.
Yeah, it was good though.
BBT.
Yeah, so the budget for this one is a nice, healthy 10 million. I mean...
Do you think they kind of got a couple of like an over and said, right, 2.5 for you, 2.5 for you, and they all kind of got, like, there's your budget.
Yeah, well, because obviously, like, it wasn't big actors.
Aye.
And obviously the directors were more famous than the actors at that point. I could only find the domestic box office for it, and it made 29 million back. So it's not bad. You know, it made its money back. Trivia section is fucking loaded.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
With fucking 4 directors, and it's...
But no, the trivia is loaded with the character played by Vic Morrow. He died on the set of the film with 2 other actors.
Alright.
Let me find the bit that I'm looking for.
So Vic Morrow, what segment was he in?
He was the character that played Bill in the first one. He was the one that was racist and all that.
Right.
And like the first bit of trivia I've got was as Vic Morrow was waiting to film which would turn out to be his last scene, he actually said to a production assistant, "I must be out of my mind to be doing this. I should have asked for a stunt double. It's like, what can I do but kill me, right?"
Fucking hell.
And he died.
And
he died because of like there was a helicopter scene. And
shit!
The helicopter fucking
beheaded him.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Just someone brought that up about someone being beheaded in the Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah.
I fucking forgot. Jesus.
While he was filming Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry in 1974, he insisted on having a $1 million life insurance policy before he was shooting any scenes involving the helicopter in which he was due to ride. He was very insistent and asked him why, and he's like, I've always had a premonition that I was going to die in a helicopter crash.
No.
And he died in a crash, obviously.
Aye.
Second bit of trivia note is Steven Spielberg ended his friendship with John Landis as a result of the on-set fatality.
Aye.
He said that the crash had made him grow up a little bit and had left everyone that worked on the film sick to the centre of their souls.
Fucking hell! I'm surprised.
And it was just like it's like no film's worth dying for.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Well, it got released, but
yeah, I didn't even think the guy had fucking died until I was reading the trivia notes today.
Aye,
and that was mental. And the music that was written. Remember, I told you about the music in the second segment. It was quite playful.
Yeah,
it was originally intended to be written for Psycho 2. It was meant to be put into because that came out the same year, 1983. It was meant to be the Norman Bates theme.
Aye.
And because kind of that's got like a wee soft, sentimental sort of
exactly.
sound to it.
But I always remember it being ghostly.
Yeah.
Aye.
That was originally meant to be that film. I know. I've got fucking 3 and 4 recorded on my TiVo there, and I need to watch them.
You need to get it done and let me know. I don't know why I still don't own that Blu-ray yet.
What, the pop set?
Psycho 2.
Oh yeah, aye.
The Arrow Blu-ray. Aye.
I thought you did.
They need to get... Nah, it was a review copy. Just like the white disc.
Aye, because I swapped it my...
the
artwork for the old artwork.
The original artwork is very nice. Because that's just Bates standing in front of the hotel holding the keys,
the silhouette, yeah.
Aye. Anyway. So that was it. BBT.
I genuinely I'm a bit thankful that the guy actually died.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't see much of it nowadays. Obviously, the more famous one was obviously Brandon Lee on The Crow and all that.
Totally. Aye.
But I mean, normally when actors die nowadays, when they're making films, it's like offset sort of things.
Cunt gets into a car crash because they're out drinking.
Yeah, or fucking what's his name? Heath Ledger taking an overdose and stuff like that. You know, or even what's his name? Fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman. He took an overdose as well. Did he not?
Yeah, I think it did come to that. But there was.
But obviously,
it's more common for stuntmen to die nowadays. And because what was it? Someone died in the set of Deadpool 2. It was like a motorcycle stunt. And I think it was like a stunt woman got killed through that one, and it's not unheard of, but that does tend to kind of happen more, unfortunately.
But when I was reading the trivia notes, I was trying to find other trivia notes that wasn't related to the fucking. And I mean, the film went through a ton of lawsuits. Everybody was being fucking done for fucking involuntary manslaughter and all. You can't charge somebody for fucking, you know what I mean? You're making a film, right? You've made all the precautions to make sure that everything fits the fucking safety checks and everything.
Aye.
It's just a freak fucking accident, you know what I mean? And that, but also try to find if you go on IMDb, the trivia notes are fucking huge, but it's just everything revolving around that.
Man, well, that's maybe at the time it fucking overshadowed the film.
Yeah,
with Dark Knight.
Well, that was what they were saying, was that it kind of they felt it underperformed. Was they were going to make another one,
right? I think it was boycotted, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't say it underperformed. It made 3 times its money.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder how much of that money went to the guy's family.
That's it. You should think.
But I mean, he was an actor, so I'm assuming he would have had a decent bit of
Hopefully
money.
a comfortable
Yeah.
living anyway. Aye. Should we talk about what we're going to do next week?
Yeah.
So, for our 1984 episode, we are going to be discussing David Lynch's.
Yeah.
Yes, David Lynch's Dune. Now, I do pronounce it like the month, but I definitely mean D-U-N-E.
Yeah.
Dune.
I'm actually going to get it up and see. Because I said it was Kyle MacLachlan. I can't remember who fucking else is in it.
I always just remember that one shot of him kind of standing in what looks like a desert and he's dressed in
I
black.
want to say David Bowie or Sting. Sting's in it. Oh yeah, I mean that's why it's fucking familiar, because we were talking about it, about the
what with the new Denise one?
Yeah, with Denise Villeneuve, with fucking what's his name's in it? Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin,
Dave Bautista,
Timothy Chalamet, Dave Bautista, Javier Bardem, Oscar Isaac,
all cunt in their Doug.
fucking David Dalmatian.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is going to be in there?
So
Yeah, quite a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
so it'll be interesting to have a wee look at that, because also I think it was a fucking epic at the time, maybe much like Conan. So it'll be interesting to visit.
yeah.
So yes, that's what we're doing for 1984. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to do your shopping at Amazon, visit filmsandswearing.com, click on the link, do your shopping as per usual. It's a great way to support the show at no extra cost to yourself. I am your host, Stuart Sutherland, and joining me across the room tonight is the magic Michael Christie.
Yep.
Fuck off and tune in next week.